Hey folks, this is about this channel. It's about the Telephone Consumer Protection Act and going after these spammers that spam our numbers all the time, all through the day, all through the week. They don't have express written consent to call us, and if we're on the do not call list, it's treble damages, so the $500 can go up to $1,500 automatically. Want to dedicate this to a couple of friends. One who told me I should get into the trucking industry. He knew I'd been in it for been wanting to do it for a long time. I grew up in the lawn and landscape business. Always wanted to be a truck driver or a lawyer. There's two books that I try to live my life by, and that is the what is called the Bible and Black's Law Dictionary 5th edition that I had to have when I took my paralegal school in Oklahoma, way before I even started driving trucks. Jerry was a dear friend of mine, and he's the one that said when some incidents happened in my family life, you always want to be a truck driver, go to school, and I did. I have this channel set up to give you tips, tricks, and ideas on how to do it. There's going to be plenty of videos coming. There's quite a few already up there. And I want to let everybody know, please join this channel. You're more than welcome. Let's work together and let's try to find out where some of these spammers are at. Let's threaten them with court or take them to court. If you're on the do not call list, it's automatically $1,500. They do not have express written consent to call you to begin with. If you're not on the do not call list, it's $500. They have to have express written consent to call you on your phone, unless it is for an express emergency call only. Other than that, they are out of luck. They violated the law, and Congress enacted the statutes that we can go and sue them as a private attorney general, and that's per a judge in the state of Michigan that actually is suing for $645,000 for all the spam calls he got on his cell phones and landlines at his house. You kind of got to play the game, and just like that judge said, you got to play the canary cage game. You got to try to trap them to get their information, because I'm going to guarantee you one thing: they're going to do everything they can to hide who they are, so that they don't get caught. And I've already busted one and got $5,500 to settle out of court. I got another one. They've got over $320,000 worth of phone calls, 20 different numbers, or 20 phone calls, 10 different numbers, over a span of 5 months. It added up. I finally popped them at the front door. There's video in this channel. Shows the front door confrontation with the solar sales rep. He named the company, who he was with, and all that. But I got a special dedication on this video here to a family that took me under their wings, and the dad of the family that took me under his wing and taught me to drive semis over the road. And because of all the training he gave with me, taught me the ropes and all that, within 20 years I've done over 3 million miles worth of driving over the road. The last truck I was in, I was a solo driver, drove it for about 9 years, and I had almost 1 million miles alone, just in that truck alone by myself. I was the sole driver in that truck. I want to take a special dedication to the Smith family. They were just like brothers and sisters, and a dad and a mom. And Miss Barbara, she actually, one time when I got in, I'd been on the road for 3 weeks. and she was visiting there with her future daughter-in-law to be, and she said, "Oh my God, here comes my other son." She goes, "Gary, I want you to know I adopted you, and BJ just loves you, and I want you to understand you're the only man he's ever let work and drive with him that he ever allowed to have a beard on their face. He made everybody that ever drove for him to keep their faces shaved. But this is a special dedication to the Smith family that took me in. And many times when we got back in from Florida, his little grandson, Stephen, would be wanting me to play basketball with him out there on the driveway. And so we'd spend 30, 45 minutes playing basketball. And the sister, or the daughter of the family, we call her Sissy, she still has the truck, and the first time I drove that truck was in 1995, December the 12th, about midnight. We were headed to Florida for Albertson's distribution, and I want to take a special dedication to this family that took me in under their wings, and they treated me like one of their own family. They will always have a special place in my heart. And the second dedication I want to give to this is to Mr. Jerry Patterson, dear friend of mine, that kept pushing me to go to truck driving school. And I went to truck driving school. None of the big carriers would hire me. And just out of fate, I happened to be down there in the stockyards in Oklahoma City and seen his son Bobby in a black 85 Freightliner, flat top sleeper. Caught him inside the vet store there, talked to him, gave him my phone number and let him know I was just out of truck driving school and I needed a job. A few days later, BJ gave me a call and said he'd give me a try and see how I done. And I started driving with him and him training me. We had to run teams going to Florida. He told me I was going to be the last person he ever trained, and I was the 7th one, if I remember, at that time that he was going to train. And lo and behold, many years later, little Stephen become a young man and decided he wanted to drive trucks too. And Grandpa got to work with him on that. And so this is dedicated to the Smith family. And then Jerry, I know you're passed away, but you were special in my heart as well. The Smith family, they will always have to be a piece of my heart with them, and hope that the Most High will keep them safe in all things that they do. I appreciate your time, and please follow this channel. Let's start going after these spammers and let's collect some money, because there's some good money to be made out there popping these spammers for all the crap they keep dealing and calling us all the time. Just this yesterday, I had 33 spam calls on my cell phone, and I finally had to just shut the phone off for about 3 hours. But one of them called me 5 different times, and so I've already got him popped once with another, this end of life, funeral expenses and all that. So they've got a pretty good chunk that they're going to do. They're going to pay before it's all said and done. A lot of calls you'll get, nobody will answer. What they're doing is they're spoofing numbers, which is illegal. They're seeing who will answer the phone, and if somebody answers the phone, then they'll start running they'll start spoofing the numbers through their auto dialers to give you a call. And hopefully you will answer the call so that they can start their spamming and scamming and trying to get money from you. So let's turn the tables, join the channel, let's create a community, let's work with each other. Try to find out where these people are at, and so we can pop them. We'll give them letters and let them try to settle out of court. And if not, we'll go to court and we'll sue them then. And they have to pay all the attorney fees. It's not going to be coming out of your pocket. This is something to think about, people. This is a good side hustle. Like I say right now, with all the ones that I've caught right now, I'm looking at probably $750,000. All I got to do is start getting the letters sent out. And if they don't want to settle out of court, then we'll start going to court. Because their lawyers are going to cost them anywhere from $200 to $1,000 an hour to fight these things. It's going to be a lot of money. You got interrogatories, depositions, and all that stuff. And like I said, I went to paralegal school in Oklahoma before I went over the road and started a driving career. And like I said further, there's 2 books that I like, and that is what is called the Bible and Black's Law Dictionary 5th edition. Please join the channel, like, share, get your friends to come. Let's get together. I've got the statutes, and I'm fixing to write a book, and it will be available. Take care, and may the Most High be with you.